Hello and welcome to the July Messy Church on YouTube. It's been a bit difficult to try and get this sorted out because it's not the way we've done it ever before. But nevertheless, we're going to do our best. And if you're seeing this, then hopefully it's worked. We're going to start off by singing a song, My God is So Big, So Strong and So Mighty. And there's going to be a video for you to sing along with for that.
My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. He made the trees, He made the seas, He made the elephants too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. There's nothing my God cannot do. There's nothing my God cannot do.
For you!
Now, at the very beginning of the Bible, there's a story of God making the world. One of the things we can learn from that story is that God, after God did all the work, He took a day off to rest. Rest is very important to people. The Jews used this seventh day, which they called the Sabbath day, as their day of rest, and they used it to spend on worshipping God and very much on not working. The Sabbath was to be a holy day, and holy day is where our word holiday comes from. We all need holidays. Tina and I, by the time you see this, will be on holiday. We're at the seaside. This is a picture of the beach, which we took last time we were at this place on holiday. Do you have a favourite holiday place? Would you like to make a picture of it? You could draw it, or you might like to make a collage. If you were making a picture of a beach, you could use scraps of blue material for the sky, and real sand for the beach, and green tissue for the grass, and so on. You might want to try doing a picture of a beach, and we thought we'd do one as a collage, and in order that I can make it look something roughly right, I'm going to draw on my paper some lines to give an idea of where I want the various bits, and I'll put a line across the top because I'm going to have the sky up there. I probably ought to have another blue, but I haven't got one. I'll have some sea down here. I'll have lots and lots of sand. And then the rest will be grass. So just a simple sort of picture. Let's start off with what I'm using for the sky. I'm using for the sky some bits of blue fabric, offcuts, little snippets of fabric, and I might cut them down a little bit as I stick them on to try and make it look a little bit sky-like. So I'm going to put some glue over the top. And use this piece of card to spread it around. Lots of glue. Take that piece of card that's fallen off, because we don't want that there. And then, let's cut these in half. Okay. And stick on some bits of blue fabric to represent a sky. If you've got more than one colour blue, you can do all sorts of things. You can have your sky going from light to dark. If you look at the sky, it looks like it goes lighter to darker when you look at it. I've only got one colour blue, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. So we're going to have just a little bit of blue for the sky. Okay? And what have I done with it? I had a piece of... It's disappeared. And I picked it up once. Oh no, I put it over here. Right. We're going to have a nice sunny day. So I've got some offcuts of foam, because we don't throw the little scraps away, because you never know when you might want them. And I'm going to cut a piece that's more or less a circle. Trim that down. Put a bit of glue, more glue on there. That's going to be my sun. And if I want to be clever, we can just cut a couple of little pieces . To be the rays of the sun shining out. Okay, if you've got a glue pot, this might be a little less fiddly. There we are, that's some sun shining in my sky. Now, that bit comes a bit low, so I think I might just trim that. Oh, there we are. And try. Let's get a little bit more glue on there. And fill in this bit of sky a bit more. There we are. Now, if you've got a bit of deeper blue for the sea, you can put a little bit more blue there. I haven't got a deeper blue, so I don't think I won't do some sea. I'll just do some sand. And for that, I'm going to want to Spread quite a bit of glue. Stick it on. Rub it round with a piece of card to act as a glue spreader. If you've got a proper glue spreader, it might be even easier. There we are. And sprinkle some sand on it. Okay, garden sand, and shake that off so we've got some sand there for our beach. And then we'll have some green. I'm going to cut some quite large lengths of green. Okay. And scrunch it all up. And I might put some more bits on as well afterwards. Not going to spread that too much, because to some extent I want the glue a little bit thicker so that it sticks the tissue paper in clumps representing grass. Okay, so I'll need another couple of strips. Yeah, don't I look better like that when I'm hidden behind the green tissue paper? One. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. And then just sort of spread it round over your beach bit so it stays a bit scrunched up. And one last one for the middle. And then I'm nearly finished. And so Tina's going to come back and turn the cameras off. And she's going to, before she does that, when I finish scrunching this piece up to come across the bottom, she's going to pass me the piece of cotton wool that's just at that end there. Because while it would be nice to think that when you're on holiday you have a cloudless sky, sometimes you might have some nice fluffy cotton wool clouds. Hopefully they're nice and fluffy, not horrible and grey and dingy. So we'll have a couple of nice fleecy cotton wool clouds.
You wipe your bit of cotton wool up the side of the...
You just get cotton wool stuck to your glue. Yeah, you do. Right, we'll have some cotton wool clouds, and there we have. Turn it round, put it under the camera. There we have our beach with the sun shining in the grass and the sand and the clouds. We're going to sing another song now. We're going to sing Jesus' Love is Very Wonderful. We sang that last time, so hopefully you'll know it. Jesus' love is very wonderful. Oh, wonderful love. Now, by Jesus' day, some people had got to thinking that the Sabbath was so important that it had to have a whole lot of rules to protect it and to stop people from working on it. Some of the rules were quite weird. You weren't supposed to drag something on the floor in case you made a groove on the floor. And a groove on the floor could be a furrow that you used for planting, and that would be work. Weird rules. Jesus got into trouble because he healed someone on the Sabbath. And he said, the Sabbath was made for people. People weren't made for the Sabbath. He knew that people needed rest, but that people also needed healing. So, holidays. What do you like to do on your holiday? Do you walk? Do you swim? Cycle? Climb? Sunbathe? Build sandcastles? Play games? Fly kites? What are your favourite things? You could make a kite picture. And we made a kite picture more than a year ago. And I'm going to put in a little bit of the video we made last time of us making a kite picture. But you might even see if you can make a real kite that you could fly. Not going to tell you how to do that. You'll have to work that one out. Alternatively, Tina's going to show you how to make a rock pool picture.
I want this camera.
Just that one?
I think so for the time being.
Okay. Just that one. Okay.
I can't see just that one. I can see the super source.
Yeah, you can. Okay, let me just...
Okay, so I have 2 strips of paper.
There you are.
And I'm going to put just a tiny little bit of glue on there because I don't want to get glue all over this table cover. And stick the 2 bits together at right angles. And then, can you see that? Let me move it so you can see both bits. Can you see that? Okay, then I'm going to fold the top one over the top like that, and the side one over the side like that, and then backwards and over that way. You see what I'm doing? And again. And like the piece of paper I cut just now for Clive's, the headdress that I'm now wearing, I can't cut parallel lines. So I shall keep going till I run out of paper in a moment. Nearly there, look. Not so much paper left now. Right, I don't think that one's going to go back over, so I'm going to trim the short ends so that it makes a nice, flat, tight, almost square. And I'm going to glue those last 2 layers together. Okay, so if you do that, and then Clive, give me back my picture.
Which one?
Can you see what happens if you look at this sideways now?
Down.
There. That's my little folded up bit turned sideways. So it's all springy. Okay. And you might want to be slightly more complicated with this. I know I didn't bring, Clive.
What?
I didn't bring any yarn out of the cupboard. Never mind.
Oh dear. Okay.
I'm going to cut a kite shape. You know what a kite shape is like? Like two triangles stuck together. And because I'm doing it freehand, it's not going to be quite regular. And you can colour that in if you want. I've got a piece of blue card, so I'm going to make a white kite on a blue sky. And you put a little bit of glue on the top of your spring and stick the kite to it. And a little bit of glue on the bottom of your spring and stick it to the paper. And then, can you see it's not lying flat? How do I get that to show? Under there. Okay, so if you blew, your kite would move. And then if you want, you can decorate. You can have fluffy cotton wool clouds. And if I'd remembered to bring some thread in from the other room, which I have forgotten to do, you could make the string for the kite and a tail. We are. So my kite looks like it's blowing in the breeze. Okay, that's a springy kite picture. To make a rock pool picture or a beach or a coral reef picture or just an aquarium as it was originally designed, you need a paper plate or a piece of paper, paint, glue, sand, ordinary beach sand if you can get it, garden centre sand if you can't, crepe paper in blue, orange, pink, orange, green, seashells. I'll show you what I've done about seashells as well. Googly eyes if possible, black felt tip pen, and the picture which is on the website. I'm going to improvise a bit. I don't have a blue paper plate, which I would have liked because I'm too idle to paint it. So I've got blue paper. I haven't got seashells. So I have fan folded, a piece of, it's a quarter of a piece of yellow paper. Fan folded quite small. So it looks like that. I'm going to stick that to the blue paper, and I've got a strip of ordinary pink paper which I'm going to use to make the tail. I'm trying to see how it's going to fit with the sand below it. Okay, so that's the tail fins and that's the body of the fish. A little glue. Or at least I hope this is going to be a little glue. This might be a little more difficult to do. As you can see, I've got glue all over my finger. I'm going to use a scrap more of this pink paper to make fins for the body. a fin for the body. Okay. Green tissue paper. Pattern says cut in strips. Twist the strips together at the bottom so they're nice and easy to glue, and glue to the paper. That's your seaweed. You can have one clump or more than one clump. If you think it's too long for your piece of paper, trim them to size. For coral, slightly differently, not very, just a little. Again, strips of tissue paper. And instead of just screwing them together at the top, you twist them together all the way up, because coral comes in long branch stems. A bit like a tree. And again, just stick it to the paper. Pebbles. You can use these, actually are lumps of mortar. Not all of them. I don't know how well they're going to stick either. So we'll do what we can. And then the original instructions for this say you should do the sand first, but I thought it might be quite difficult to do sand to then stick other things down on the sand, because it's really difficult. If you've made sand pictures, you know it's really difficult to stick things on top of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bit of card that I've got as a glue spreader, and you'll notice that I'm working on a tray so that any sand that doesn't get stuck to the paper is going to stay on the tray. So, glue. And then sand. I'm going to leave that for a couple of minutes to dry. Clive's just passed me a paper clip to hold that tail. Stuck a bit. I think that's going to be okay now, Clive. On here, I have a black pen. Oh, Clive's found me one of those as well. Isn't he brilliant? One fish's eye, one fish's mouth. There we are. Yeah, I think that's okay. And yes, that's what I thought. Pebbles are a little bit big for that paper, but there we are. One aquarium picture. Shall I turn it round? There you are. Sand and a little bit of coral and some seaweed and a fish.
Now, when you're on holiday, what do you like to eat? Do you like to eat ice cream? Tina is going to show you how to make a string picture of an ice cream cornet.
This is going to be a string picture. We haven't done string pictures for a long time, if ever. So you need a printout of the template. You need a chunk of cardboard or polystyrene that you can stick pins in. You need some double-sided tape to stick the template to whatever your base is going to be. You need some, they don't have to be as long as this, but you need some pins that have got big heads. If you are very clever and very careful, you can use ordinary dressmaking pins, but you need to be both for careful and clever. And then you need some thread. This is ordinary crochet thread in various colours, whatever you're doing. Because this is an ice cream, I've got some cream for the cone. I've got some pink for strawberry ice cream. I've got some red for the cherry on the top. And I've got some green for the cherry stalk. Okay, so we start with sticking the template down. this, it says it's double-sided tape that doesn't need a backing removed. So turn the paper over. I had another pair of scissors. There we are. Should really do this on all four sides, but I'm not sure I'm going to bother. Just because it's boring. If you're going to keep your picture, you need to do that. I need to stick that guide. Oh, it's going to stick to everything in sight. Okay. Turn it over and stick it down to your base, whatever your base is. Smooth it out so it's flat. Take your pins. You need to put one in each corner where there are corners, and then more all round the edges. You need to push them in far enough so they stay fixed in, so they're not going to just wobble out. But not so far in that you can't put thread round them. And where you've got a dividing line between two colours, you need to put them along there as well. Try and space them evenly, which I don't think I'm doing very successfully, but there we are. There, then some more around the ice cream bit. There we are. Okay, we're going to start with the cornet, and you need to leave an end at the end and fasten that round the pin, and then you just wind the string round the pins, whatever order you like. Don't pull it too tight or it will come undone, or it'll pull the pins out. You don't have to go up the sides, straight up the sides at any rate. You can go from side to side. And if your pins feel like they're coming undone, then put a finger on the top. Come here. If you push it as you go further round, make sure you get into all the corner pieces. And it doesn't matter how many times you go round a pin till you've got what you think looks like an ice cream cone. How are we doing here? There we are, that's that corner done. Okay. And then you take it all round, right round the outside edge. I've lost a pin. There was a pin there. So somewhere on here, there's a spare pin. You can see that this piece of cardboard is not really sturdy enough. You take it right the way round. You can loop it as I was doing to start with, or you can take it straight. Here you are, there's another one come out. Take it right back to the beginning and then tie a knot at the beginning with the loose end, the long end you left. like so. And then you can cut the end. And then you do the same thing with the pink. So here is the finished string picture. You have the ice cream cone here, the ice cream there, the cherry and the little bit of stalk or leaf or whatever. And what makes it look a mess is the long ends. So the last thing you do is snip the ends all the way around, and you can see I've got them all knotted at different places so that each little bit of the picture is its own little bit. And you can see also that I've gone round all the outlines. So there you are, one string picture. And if you've borrowed Mum's pins, when you've got bored with the picture, you can take it all apart and she can have her pins back. Because those are my lace pins and I shall have them back. But there we are, one ice cream.
We're going to say a prayer. Dear God, thank you for giving us time to rest and relax. Amen. And we'll close with singing the song, Who Put the Colours in the Rainbow? Because that's got things, all sorts of things that you might see, you might like to see on holiday, as well as one or two things you might like not to see on holiday. Who put the colours in the rainbow?
Who put the colors in the rainbow? Who put the salt into the sea? Who put the cold into the snowflake? And who made you and me? Who put the hump upon the camel? Who put the neck on the giraffe? Who put the tail upon the monkey? And who made hyenas laugh? Who made whales and snails and quails? Who made hogs and dogs and frogs? Who made bats and rats and cats? Who made everything? Who put the gold into the sunshine? Who put the sparkle in the stars? Who put the silver in the moonlight? Who made Earth and Mars? Who put the scent into the roses? Who taught the honeybees to dance? Who put the tree into the acorn? It surely can't be chance. Who made seas and leaves and trees? Who made snow and winds that blow? Who made streams and rivers flow? God made all of these. Who made seas and leaves and trees? Who made snow and winds that blow? Who made streams and rivers flow? God made all of these.
Okay, if we get any time, we might add some extra activities that you can do. But when you've finished the activities in the celebration, have a tea or a treat if it isn't tea time. And in September the 17th, we'll have our next Messy Church at the chapel in person, all being well. Bye-bye.